Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new. For those of you that are new, my name is Anna and this is At Home with Anna. We have a busy day today. I'm doing a lot of cleaning and I'm filming it in real time because I have a lot of questions that you guys asked that I want to get answered, and we're going to be answering those today while I get my house clean. So hopefully you guys will get some motivation or housekeeping motivation while you guys are learning a little bit about me. And then I want you to stay tuned to the very end because we got a new sofa and I want to share that with you guys. I'm going to tell you all about it, but I want to tell you guys that at the end of the video. So I want to get through all these questions first, but we are going to be doing some laundry. We're going to be doing some deep cleaning. I need to get to the top of those cabinets. They have been begging me, and you're going to see that they really needed to get cleaned. So anyways, without further ado, let's jump into the questions. And these are no particular order. I was just pulling them as they were coming in, and I uploaded them all to a folder and uploaded them to iMovie and just started pulling them from there. So there's no particular order here. Okay, guys? So let's jump into the questions. Pat Boyle has a question. She wants to know about gardening, which is exciting because I could not wait. What is your favorite flower, shrub, tree in your garden and why? And what is one flower, shrub, or tree that you would love to add to your garden? My favorite flower are my hydrangeas, and my favorite tree is my crepe myrtle. Absolutely love. I would like to add some roses. I'd like to have a rose garden, which is kind of shocking. I've always hated them, but lately I've really been gravitating towards them. So I would love to see some roses in my garden, and we might be getting to that this year. So stay tuned, Pat. Roy Maria 6042 says, does your husband have his own business? She also says, we love your channel. You really are the top YouTuber for getting things done and cleaning too. We like your cooking videos as well. Well, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that so much. I really do. Ernie does not have his own business. He came from a family who owned their own restaurants. His mom and dad had restaurants in San Diego. He was raised working in them. We kind of considered it when we first got married and then quickly decided against it because number one, it's expensive, and number two, it would have taken us away from all of the things that we wanted to do with our boys. So nope, Ernie does not own his own business. This question is from Janet. What vacuum do you use for your hardwood floors, and do you like and recommend it? I love my vacuum. It is the Shark Lift Away, and it works beautifully. We bought it when we moved into the house a year ago, and it has not lost suction yet. And I had a wool carpet in my front room when I first moved in, and then we got a second wool carpet. And if you know wool carpets, then you know what I'm talking about. They shed until they don't shed anymore. And it still has the same suction power that it did just over a year ago. We bought it literally the day that we moved into the house. So yes, I love it. And the description says for carpet and hardwood. So that is why you see me use it on my floors all the time. But honestly, I've been vacuuming my floors for years. I mean, way back in the day when I had an apartment, I vacuumed my tile and linoleum. I mean, I've been vacuuming my floors for years. So yes, I love it. I recommend it. If you're looking for a good vacuum, this is the one for you. Especially if you don't want to spend an arm and a leg. I think it's just over $100 at Walmart. I think, let me look real quick. Yes, $125 at Walmart. So, bargain. The next question is from Croby 1974. How is the doorknob that you put the rub and buff on holding up? Is it wearing off? I'm considering applying it to a ceiling fan. It's not holding up. Yes, it's rubbing off. I think it would be perfect on a ceiling fan though. Perfect. Every other surface that we applied it to that doesn't get touched still looks just like the day we applied it. But obviously the handle is something that gets used often. So we knew that was going to be the case, and we were just trying to not have to change the knob out. So, because we have to buy two, I think. Ernie said we can buy two. I think he said that. I don't know. I might be wrong here. But he said we can leave the one on the outside the same and the one on the inside different. So I think we have to buy two of the same, but just one black and one the gold, if that makes any sense, so that the one on the outside still matches everything on the outside of, you know, in the house, but the one on the inside matches the interior. I hope that makes sense. So hands down, do not recommend doing that for a high use area, but for a ceiling fan, it would work beautifully. Nobody's touching it, so it's not going to go anywhere. So there you go. The next question is from Tracy Lee 5012. Hi Anna, what steam mop do you use and do you like it? Oh my gosh, I love my steam mop. I had it years ago, and when we moved, we sold our first home in California. I sold it, and now I just got it back again. It is the Shark, and it is so good. This mop is so good. I just talked a little bit about it on a video. There was two things that I don't like about it. The first thing is that the cord is not long enough. So automatically just know that you're gonna have to attach a extension cord if you have an area in your home that's large. And secondly, the pads, once they get dirty, and they will get dirty because this sucker works, let me tell you. They don't clean really great, and in this video, actually, interestingly enough, I'm going to be showing you what I try to get those pads clean, so stay tuned for that. That's coming up. But I did talk about my frustration with that because I never want people to think, and visually for me too, that I'm mopping my floor with a dirty mop head when I'm not. And so that was one of the frustrations, was they just never get bright white again. So those are my only two complaints. Other than that, it works wonderful. Give it a shot. You'll see. You'll be blown away by the dirt that comes up off your floor, I think. Okay, Kay wants to know, hey Anna, what has been your favorite place to live so far? Have you ever gone with a style then regretted it, and what was it? So we'll take that in two parts. My favorite place to live so far, well, I'm going to answer that in two parts. When I was younger, growing up, I was born and raised in San Diego, and I grew up on the beach and the San Diego lifestyle when San Diego was still San Diego. I loved it then, and that was my favorite then. If you, there's no place in California that we've lived that I liked more than San Diego. So as far as that goes, now we're in Tennessee, and you guys, I melted into Tennessee as if I've lived here my entire life. I love it here so stinking much. There isn't anything about this place that I do not like. I love it here so much so that I don't even feel like I've moved. I mean, I have caught myself on numerous occasions wanting to call my two sons who do not live in Tennessee to come over for dinner. That's how much I feel like I'm at home. So in my older age, it's definitely Tennessee. Have I ever gone with the style and then regretted it? No, I think I'm pretty, my style, okay, I've had 3 styles in my, whole entire life. Well, 4. Let's start off with the first one. The first style that I had was not a style. It was, collect what you could collect, because we were married so young, and we had 2 kids before, by the time I was 20, I had 2 children, and we were living paycheck to paycheck and barely making it. And, I saved cans to have birthday parties, and, it was rough. So I just bought what I could buy to make a home. And I don't think it was really a style. It was more eclectic than anything, but it was home. And the funny thing about that was people would always come over and say how much they loved my home. And I guess because I had a really collected look back then, and I don't know, it was on accident. So, and it was out of necessity, really. So there's that one. And then when we bought our first home and we remodeled, when we remodeled that home, and when I say remodeled, I don't want you to think that we blew this big old house up. Now I drive by that house whenever I'm in San Diego. I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, we were so close to the beach, and had we went up a second story, we would have had an ocean view. It's a whole thing. But anyways, that style was definite Mexican hacienda. We did the wash on the walls. All of the tiles were the, saltillo tiles. Everything about that house was the Mexican hacienda style. And we even bought there was a place in Pacific Beach that imported all the furniture from Mexico. And so we had a lot of the pieces from there. And I also had pieces that I had redid from garage sales and estate sales and that, thrift stores and everything, to kind of fit in with that theme. And that was probably, oh my gosh, one of my favorites, that home. I remember my niece coming over as a teenager, and she curled up on the sofa and said, your house is one of those houses where you just want to stay home sick and not go to school and just be cozy. And I'll never forget that. So I know I did that one right. And then, let's see, that kind of followed us into the next home that we bought. And I wish I could find those pictures of that home. We bought a brand new build. It was our first brand new build we ever bought, and completely remodeled it from what the builder did as far as lighting and paint and moldings and fireplace surround and just, custom curtains and just everything. And I don't know what would I call that look. That's probably as close to Santa Barbara, the real Santa Barbara look that you can get. It was so beautiful when it was finished that the contractor that did it for us, he had a website, and he put a video of the home to music on his website to feature for other customers. So I did a really good job with that house. It was fun. It was a fun house to do. So let's see. We have eclectic, we have hacienda, and we have Santa Barbara. And then from that home, I think I kind of continued the theme, the Santa Barbara theme, in our next new build. However, it was a more muted palette. So the first Santa Barbara theme that I did was more of the deep, richer tones. And then the second one that I did was a lot more, muted tones, not so vibrant. And I remember my sister, who's a year older than me, coming over, and we were sitting down reading magazines, and she said, God, I just love your home. It's so mature. And I took that as a compliment, and she said, I just love it. I love it. And so I took that as a compliment. Things like that stand out in my mind when people say those kinds of things to me or give me those kinds of compliments. So that, I guess, 2 Santa Barbara type styles. And then I think I kind of just started evolving into this. I had a home in Temecula, California, and I went modern farmhouse. That one was probably the one that if I had to regret any of them, that would be the one. I don't tend to follow trends, and because I had started my original, I deleted my first YouTube channel because I was like, I'm done with this, I'm not growing. I was being really impatient. And then I started it back up again, which is this channel here. But I was following trends, and I'm not a follower when it comes to design. I don't do well when it comes to design and following trends. I have to stay true to my heart and true to what I love. So if I have to, it was a beautifully done home, okay? I will say that, but it was not true to me. And so if I had any regrets, that would be the one I would regret, because it never really felt like me. It felt like somebody else's house. I hope that makes sense. So modern farmhouse would be the one that I regret. Okay, Creating My Best Life 7 wants to know, what does Ernie do for work that keeps him away from home and working in different locations? And do you read any self-help or personal development books that you can recommend? I want to have my you-know-what together as much as you do in your home. I can appreciate that. So Ernie does construction management, and he started with this company about 20 years ago, and it was very scary for us because he had always worked, obviously, at home and had never been away. And I had 2 of my sons were already graduated from high school. One was still in high school, one was graduated from high school, and then I had one in elementary school. And he was going to be gone a week at a time, and it was all new, and so, but yeah, he started working out of town about 20 years ago, and the company is global, so he could go anywhere in the world, but he won't. I won't allow it. We were super excited, however, when he, once we adjusted to the lifestyle of him traveling, that one day he was going to, we were going to be empty nesters, and I was going to be able to travel with him like I am now. So it was always exciting to know that I was going to be able to do that with him, and I'm just, thankful that, that we actually got here, and that is coming true for us. So I don't read any self-help or personal development books. The only one that I do read every morning is the Bible. And that is my personal development and my self-help book right there. I have my morning prayer, my morning time with God, and I don't know if you're an empty nester or if you still have children at home. I don't know what your situation is, but it's a little easier for me, and that is because I don't have, children at home, and my husband is gone a lot, and so, it's fairly easy for me to keep my home clean. However, I have been like this since I've had children, so I have always kept a clean home. Cleaning was always my priority, as well as taking care of the family and cooking. So homemaking was something that I always wanted to do as early as I can remember. I always wanted to be a mom, and I wanted to be a homemaker. And so when I was granted that opportunity, I took it very serious, and I look at this as my job. And not in a bad way, sometimes when you say the word job, people go, but I took it very serious, and I've learned over the years how to maintain a clean home. Now, don't get me wrong. I had my days, weeks, months when the boys were little, where, things would, go awry. And, I learned from those mistakes. So it's just always been a priority for me to keep a clean home. It's always been a priority to take care of my family. Also, Ernie being 20 years, that he's been working out of town, that was something that I took pride in as well, is, when he comes home, I wanted him to come home to a spotless home and a home-cooked meal, and just home. I wanted him to come home. And I've always been a believer in, if I take care of him, he's going to take care of me. And you know what? He does. This is 50-50. Don't think that I do everything around the house. When Ernie's home, he jumps up and cleans with me, you guys. I mean, he will fold laundry. If I go to the grocery store and I've got laundry going and the dryer goes off while I'm gone, he will take that load out, dry it, fold it, put it away. Well, maybe not always put it away, but sometimes, most of the time. He has no problem doing the dishes. He will jump up and do that. If I've cooked, he always says, babe, I got the kitchen. Don't worry about it. He's always been that way, and he's, so don't let me fool you into thinking I'm the only one that does anything around this house. However, I absolutely 100% take pride in what I do. I hope that helps. This is the $1 million question. User NH1Z07GD9M. Do you plan on staying and retiring in Tennessee? That is the $1 million question. We don't know. It is what God tells us to do, where God leads us. If this is where we are to stay, then I guess this is where we're going to be, but we are going to be obedient to God, and He's going to lead the way for us. So I would like to think that Tennessee is going to be it for us. I would like to think that. But these days, I just am so comfortable with whatever. I wake up with a smile on my face. I go to bed with a smile on my face. And, I've really been digging into my Bible, and I've really been digging into God's Word these days. And there's just something about that just puts you in a position of, whatever it is, whatever will be. And I'm just happy. I'm happy. I'm just a happy girl, and I'm happy with, where I'm at. And but yeah, to answer your question, I would like to think that this is where we're going to retire, but I don't know. I really don't. I can't say yes or no. I can say that was our plan. That's our plan as humans. But we won't go against what God wants for us. And, we're just going to be obedient to where He sends us. And, if it's here, fabulous. If not, then we'll be okay with that too. Leonore had the same exact question. Will this be your forever home? And I just answered you, Leonore. I hope that's okay. Also, Wanda wants to know what brought us to Tennessee. Was it family or just Ernie's job? So Ernie's job didn't bring us here at all. Ernie's job was still in California up until recently. He was in California for the first year that we were here. So he was traveling back and forth, poor guy. I'm so happy he's in Florida now. But we actually sold our first home in California in 2020, right when the pandemic hit. And I moved into the apartment Ernie was staying in Northern California, and our plan was to travel for 3 years. We knew it was going to be Florida, Texas, or Tennessee. However, we didn't think it was going to be East Tennessee, or we didn't think it was going to be Middle Tennessee. We thought it was going to be East Tennessee. So our plan was to travel, and then of course the pandemic, and we ended up buying another house in SoCal, and moved our kids in with us, and to help them get on their feet because their jobs were affected by the shutdowns. And it only took them 7 months to recover, and they moved to Middle Tennessee, and we said, well, we want to move out of state, and Tennessee was on our, list. We really loved it here when we came, And we said, if we're going to move to Tennessee, it's going to be near our grandkids. So that is how we ended up being here. So not for Ernie's job at all. I wish the poor guy didn't have to travel like he did for that first year. But now he's got a much shorter flight, and it's well deserved on his part. Pamela, you're so cute. I know I'm older than you, but would you adopt me, please? Hey, I would love to adopt you. I've got plenty of sisters that are older than me. It's funny that you wrote that, because in church last Sunday as I was leaving, they handed me a postcard, and when I got in the car, I looked at it, and it was for fostering children and adopting. And I told my husband, is this a sign? Are we supposed to be fostering children or adopting? So I was telling my daughter-in-law that, and she said, and her friend, and they said, no, you can take a meal or babysit for a foster family, or, that kind of thing. And I said, that I can do. Linda says, hi Anna, I hope this is your forever home. It is just stunning. If Ernie doesn't want people to know what he does for a living, I'm fine with that. He is such a sweetheart. Actually, you both are. Looking forward to your next video. Have a great weekend. I can't wait for spring to get here. That is so sweet, Linda. It's not that he doesn't want people to know what he does for a living. It's just some things I think a lot of YouTubers are just a little too free with what they put on the internet. The internet is a big, scary place. So some things we just like to keep private, but it's not that we're trying to hide anything from anybody. It's just, everybody doesn't need to know every detail, if that makes sense. And that's not anything against you, but it's just the internet is a big, scary place. I hope you understand that. Ashley Matney 6078 says, excited for this. I have 2 questions. What do you like to do for self-care? And do you like to plan out each day and set goals for yourself? Super excited to watch and listen to your Q&A. Thanks, Ashley. Okay, so self-care. I used to be better at it than when I was younger. I'm just not really good at it, but self-care. My Bible study in the morning, I consider that part of self-care. It really sets me up for the day and really makes me feel like I can take anything on, just like church gives me that energy I need for the week and kind of a reset of my soul, if you will. But self-care is, I get my hair done, I get my nails done, I take vitamins, multivitamins. I don't really do much else. I wish I could say that I do more, but I don't. I don't know. That's it. Maybe you could suggest some things for me. I'm not sure, but that is really all I do. Now you got me thinking over here. So. Do I like to plan out each day and set goals for myself? I've never been one to do that. I'm not also not somebody who does New Year's resolutions, but I will write down to-do lists on occasion, just to remind me of the odd jobs that I don't normally get to on a day-to-day basis. I want to remind myself, get to the top of the kitchen cabinets, clean behind the refrigerator, that kind of stuff. So when I have those kind of things on my chore list, I absolutely do write a to-do list. But as far as goals go, no, just waking up every day. That's a great goal, right? I just want to make sure that I wake up every day. Pamela Pilato asks, you love to cook and bake. Did you learn a lot from your mom, or is it self-taught, or both? I actually learned a lot because I was married at such a young age. I learned a lot from Ernie's mom as well. But yes, definitely from my mom. We had to be in the kitchen as girls all the time. So We were always in the kitchen, always around cooking. So me and all my sisters are, that's just what we do. It's just kind of part of how we grew up, you know. And when Mom worked, she had us, you know, she would start things in the morning. When we came home from school, we had to kind of finish it till she got home, and to put the final touches on the meal. So yeah, it is definitely joint between Ernie's mom, my mom, and self-taught. Plus, I love to eat, if you can't tell. I love good food, so I'm always looking for, you know, different foods, and I'm not such a great baker, so I really won't go out on a limb and say that. And the reason why is because you have to be so precise with baking. With cooking, you don't, you know, so, but yeah, self-taught, mom, and mother-in-law. And Grandma wants to know, what is at the top of your bucket list? If your younger self could meet you as an adult, what would they most be impressed by? What was your first job? Do I have phobias, regrets? What causes are you passionate about? Favorite way to unwind? Favorite age of childhood? Where do you and Ernie see yourself in 10 years? And what do you look forward to every day? Woo, that's a mouthful. Okay, let's see. What is the top of your bucket list? To travel to Europe. I want to go to Europe. I want to see Tuscany. That is the top of my list, my bucket list with Ernie. I want Ernie and I to sit and have wine and cheese and all the yumminess in the hills of Tuscany. That is my dream. If your younger self could meet you as an adult, what would they be most impressed by? Probably how well I'm doing, or how well I'm doing, given the way I grew up. I grew up in a very dysfunctional home, and you know, I had to take care of myself, and you know, I wasn't the greatest of kids, you know, being the second to youngest of 15 children. By the time Mom and Dad got to me and my younger sister, they kind of had checked out. So just that I actually did what I said I wanted to do. I wanted to become a mom, and I wanted to create that home that I didn't have growing up, and the family that I didn't have growing up. So I think yeah. My first job was at Wendy's. Yes, it was. And I still love their chocolate shakes. Phobias. Phobias. I've got a lot of them. Spiders, anything creepy crawly. Yeah, creepy crawlies. Regrets. My regret is I have one regret. My dad passed away on a Monday morning early. And we were with him that Sunday, and I was sitting next to his bed. He was laying down, obviously, in his hospital bed with his back to me, and he reached his hand behind, and he reached for my hand, and he grabbed it, and he said, "I love you. I love all you kids." And in that moment when that happened, I was like, wow, this is serious. And I didn't want to leave the hospital, but I did. And he died the next day. So my regret is that I would have stayed with him. What causes are you passionate about? Children, anything that involves children, saving children, anything that has to do with saving children. It is, I'm very passionate about that. My favorite way to unwind is with a cup of coffee in the afternoon and watching YouTube, seriously. Favorite age of childhood? I can't remember. Dysfunctional family. Don't have a lot of memories from back then. Ernie and I don't look that far ahead in the future because we let God lead the way, so we don't really know where we're going to be. So I don't know. God, I hope we're still alive and doing well then. What do I look forward to every day? Waking up. Yep, and spending time with God and you guys and my family. Okay, Ernie and my son are bringing in our new sofa that we got for the loft upstairs. I mentioned when I started painting up there and decorating up there that I had a vision for that room, and Ernie wanted a leather sofa, so we were so excited to get our new Valencia sofa. Valencia is an amazing company, you guys. I'm going to put all the information for you guys to go check them out down in the description of this video. but they have 22 premium theater seating modules. You guys can kind of create your own thing with them. They also have already made designs that you can choose from, cutting edge designs. I mean, they are amazing. Quality craftsmanship. I'm going to give you guys some close-ups of how the sofa is made. Real Italian leather. Oh my gosh, it smells so wonderful, and they've got great customer service. Now, my husband and my son are bringing the sofa in, and it was quite the task. But they do have a concierge service that you can pay for to have them bring it in for you. Ernie was not home on this day that they delivered it, and so I said just put it in the garage, and thankfully my son was ready to come over and help us get that in. But Valencia Theater Seating is North America's premier home theater seating specialist. They are all designed with support across from legs to head. The use of special ergonomic foam is placed in strategic areas, and every part of your body is supported when sitting in here. It is very, very comfortable. I was really worried about that too because we are tall, and I'm going to show you that my 6 foot, I think he's 6'1" or 6'2", son sits on it, and my husband is 5'10" and a half sits on it, and they both fit well on it. And it was very comfortable. The chairs are designed also with longevity in mind, so they use solid wood construction, a metal recline mechanism for any of your reclining sofas, and the high quality foam means the chairs are going to hold their shape. The particular one that we got has a down in it, so it is going to take some time to sit on it and, really work it. You know how down is. And we are just ecstatic. We got it in the cognac color. Super easy to put together. It came with the 4 legs for the 4 corners and then the center that just screws right in. And we were really impressed when they were pulling out of the box right here. The only damage done to it, which is not a big deal, it must have happened during shipping. There was a hole in the box, and directly behind that hole was a hole in the bottom, material at the bottom of the sofa. So no big deal, no big deal. But look at the sofa, you guys. So well made. And the color is perfect. It is so good. This is the color cognac, I believe. And it just is so beautiful. It brings out so much. I'm going to play with a couple of different pillows and throws on it. And we actually went out and bought a rug to layer on top of the blue rug. Because I'm going to be painting the rest of the walls, I think the same color as I'm going to turn this into a really moody room. So the sofa was kind of like the first step to that. And, but anyways, you guys, so comfortable. And look how wide that is. Now, we were going to keep the other sofa. And the reason why is because when we took the back cushions off, it acted like a twin bed, so it was extra. Here's the legs to put on, and I mean, they are so easy to put on. But anyways, when we would remove the back of those cushions on the other sofa, it acted like a twin bed, so it was like extra sleeping. So I was a little concerned with this one, but it's going to act the same exact way. It's very deep. Like I said, my son is 6'1" or 6'2", my husband's 5'10" and a half. And you're going to see them sit on it and see how deep it is. And it actually fits better in the space than the other one. I had mentioned that sofa is super comfortable that we had, but it was really, really big for the space. With this particular sofa, we have now the ability to change the room around because of its size. So I might be doing that too. We shall see. But anyways, we love our Valencia sofa. I'm going to leave everything down below for you guys to go check them out if you guys are in the market for a nice leather sofa that's super affordable. Right now, they are having 10% off on their website, which is still a deal. And like I said, they have all kinds of different furniture in there. If you have a theater in your home or if you like reclining chairs, you can also design your own. So you can go onto the website and you can design your own like setup. So if you want like a 2-seater, a 3-seater, a corner unit, you know, that kind of thing. It's like modular. You can just kind of design it yourself. They've got different colors of leather, and it's real Italian leather, you guys. They have the Barcelona. Now, if I had a theater room, I would check out, I would want the Barcelona luxury edition. You're going to have to go check that out. It is beautiful, but it is authentic Italian leather, and just gorgeous. I can't say, you know, enough about it, you guys. And I don't do a lot of things on my channel, a lot of sponsorships, because I chose to turn down a ton of them, and I will only come to you guys with sponsorships if I need the product and it's something worth, you know, buying. I will share that with you. But if it's not, then I am not even going to share it with you guys. So when I come to you guys with the product, it's because I really believe in it. And it's something that, you know, I would want my own kids. I even told my son, this sofa is like perfect. If we ever get tired of it, we'll give it to you guys. Like I would give it to my kids. Like it's that good. So like I said, right now they have 10% off on all theater seats with the discount code, last chance 10%. It's on their website. They have 0% financing if you guys are into that. But beautiful, beautiful furniture. Definitely go check them out. I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to show you guys some shots of how the sofa looks. But we're going to be changing things up in here. Like I said, we got another rug, and we're going to be doing some different things in here. Ernie's really getting into his man cave now that we got the sofa. So I'm going to show you guys some final shots. I'm going to let you guys go. I want to thank you so much for staying till the end. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was jam-packed, wasn't it? Don't forget to leave me a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Right now I'm standing in a corner. I see you from across the room. It's kinda crowded here, but I know you see me too. Everybody's singing.